Okay, so we are going to call the meeting to order. It's 7:06, and I'd like the elected officers will introduce ourselves. So my name is Jory Gelnet, and I'm president of the Academies PTSA. Vivek or someone.
Fairy Rior, I'm secretary.
Okay.
Hi, this is Tappy. I'm treasurer.
Hi, I'm Tarun. I'm VP of Events.
Hi, I'm Vivek, and I'm the
VP of Fundraising.
VP of Fundraising, Vivek.
I just had a brain freeze because Tarun, I was the VP of Events last year, and you took over that role. I just, what am I now? Thank you, Tarun.
Okay.
Hi, this is Latana Dimpali, Chair of Membership.
Oh, and Pramila?
Hi, I'm Pramila. I'm the Communications Director.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we also want to let you know we are recording this meeting. So we will, as we do, want to post it to our YouTube channel. So if people are interested and have nothing else to do, like we don't, people can watch it at a later time. So the next thing we want to do is approve the agenda, meaning that we wouldn't have any additions or deletions or any changes going forward. So is there a motion to approve the agenda? Okay. Tappy. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Barry. And so the agenda stands approved. So we're not going to have any deletions or changes going forward with the agenda. All right. So our next topic is approval of minutes from our May 28th, 2020 meeting.
Great. So I have posted the minutes of the May 28 and our PT board. I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with it, but it's the one-shot place for us, which I'm sure Jory will explain that later on tonight. But that's where you can find all the information. So it's posted there, and if there are no correction, I can have a motion to approve the minutes as read and corrected.
Motion.
Can I have someone second that?
Second.
Great, thank you. The minutes stand approved as read and corrected.
Great, thank you. Okay, do we have anybody from our admin on here? I'm just looking down the list. Okay, nope, I don't see anybody. So from admin, I was there today. So, because I picked up some of our mail and the building looked great. I mean, it was everyone was wearing masks. They had signs in places. So things seem to be good. I don't know what else to tell you about the academies. We do have Pramila, if you have anything. Pramila, our communications director, is also now a chemistry teacher there. So I don't know if you have anything to add from your side or your perspective.
No, there are a lot of teachers teaching from the building. Tomorrow morning is the first fire drill. If you hear the alarms in your classroom, it's because there's a scheduled fire drill. Yeah, I have a classroom with a lot of supplies in there that I don't have anyone to give to. So I'm home too. I'm not teaching from the school. So it's great. It is what this year is different, but we're making the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been through a lot of training. I know you've had a lot of training.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it was 3 weeks long, and every evening I would just be in a daze. It was so much training. It's so much information dump on all of us. So, but we're learning along with our students. So it's great.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Anybody have any questions that we could possibly answer about the school? You can unmute yourself if you had a question or two, but. Okay, we will move on then. Again, if you're just joining us, please go ahead and put your name in the chat section so we can take attendance, and we can also double check to make sure when we vote, that all the members have voted in regards to people who are members are the ones who can vote. So, okay, so we are going to move next to approving our 2020, actually it was 2019-20 fiscal year end audit. And Tappy, our treasurer, is going to lead us through that.
Hello. So the 2020-21 ACL PTSA budget was presented electronically 30 days ago. Are there any questions regarding that?
Actually, the audit. We're going to do the audit first.
Okay. So 2019-20 ACL PTSA audit has been conducted and approved by the audit committee. So I'm going to make a motion to vote for the proposed audit. Is there a motion?
There's a motion.
Motion.
Thank you. Is there a second motion?
Second.
Thank you. All right.
So now we need to take a vote. So now we have the motion to make the vote. So we're going to vote on by current PTSA members to see if to approve the audit so we can file it and with our state, because we have to file that with the Virginia PTA. And that's why we go through this process. So all in favor, I guess, kind of raise your hand, or let's see here. Not many people have put their video on. So let's do this. All in favor, if you can you can unmute and you can say aye. All in favor, aye.
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 Okay, this will help. Anybody opposed to our audit? And if you are, you get to be on the committee next year. No, I'm just kidding. Anybody opposed? Okay, so there we go. That passes with a majority. So the audit is now approved.
Awesome.
Okay. All right, now we can talk about the budget. Thank you.
All right. So the budget. The 2020-21 ACL PTSA budget was presented electronically 30 days ago. Do you guys have any questions regarding that?
I did have a parent call me about some of the things on the budget, which was most appreciated. So we walked through a number of things. It's pretty thorough. We had some excess money from last year, so we were able to carry that over to this year. And so we're hoping to be able to use that, especially if hopefully we get back in person. A new thing that we are doing this year is that once the budget passes, we'll be able to offer the teachers a $50 grant, up to $50. So we're not handing them a $50 bill, but we are giving them, they'll be able to submit receipts up to $50 to be reimbursed for supplies they're buying for their classroom, any type of thing like that. It can't be used towards buying their family dinner or a spa day. But we will be able to do that this year, and we also do have club grants that we had the past couple years that we will also be offering this year too. So, just a couple of highlights there. Did anybody have any other possibly specific questions regarding the budget? Okay, go ahead, Tappy. We can go ahead and vote on that.
All right. So I'm going to make a motion to vote on the proposed budget. Do I have a motion?
Yes.
Motion.
All right. Thank you. Is there a second motion?
I'll second.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're gonna vote to do. Hands will be counted. So if you want to unmute or at least voice vote this. And we'll have a majority will approve the budget. So all in favor of the 2020-21 ACL budget, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Great.
All right. Perfect.
Your budget's approved, Tappy.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so we are going to move into, those were the two things that we always do in our September meeting. So now that we can move forward and carry on business. So we're going to move into some of our chairperson reports. And I don't think Kamal is on the call. Is he? I don't believe so. So he's our business development chair. So he also owns the Zone and has been a great business partner of ours. And he will be and has a committee that will be going and trying to get some donation, like gift card donations for us when we have some things coming up that we might need them for. So it's that's what his committee does, and will, you know, helps us throughout the year. So it's a year-long kind of committee. It's not just a month or two, but they're very good at helping us when needed for certain events and things. So Tarun.
Hey guys. So I'm the VP of events. So the event we're doing this fall is going to be like students can complete activities and redeem points for doing those activities. So for example, if a student says they walked 10,000 steps in a day, right? They will tell us that, and then we will give them 25 points, and we will keep track of the points. Then once they hit a certain number of points, they can redeem that for gift cards. So for example, let's say you read a new book, and then you get 50 points. And then when you get 1,000 points, you can redeem those points for a $10 gift card. So the points will, the gift card will incentivize them to actually do the task. Because now in this environment, students really don't have any incentive to do the task. So the money incentive will most likely make them do it. And most of these activities are like wellness stuff. So they're all like academic or like studying stuff, like or like health-based stuff. So yeah. And we will have a website where they can view all their activities, a website to view the activities, and a Google form to submit their activities. So that's the fall student event.
And when are we looking to start that?
Maybe like second week of school,
Okay.
give or take. Yeah.
Okay. That should be fun. So that's where one of the places that we'll be collecting. Did you say how much gift cards like they can redeem them for?
Yeah, so right now it's 1,000 points for $10 gift card. And to put that in scale, so if it's walking 10,000 steps per day, it's 25 points. If they do that one task for 40 days straight, they can get that gift card, $10 gift card.
Okay. That's awesome. Nope, that'll be definitely be fun for us because in the past we've given out food and now we're going to make the students more active in doing things. So, okay. And we'll get more information out. We'll have a flyer and we'll get all that information out as we're going. But knowing that that is coming up, you can talk to your students about it and get excited. Anybody have any questions for Tarun on that? So Tarun is our student on the board, and he also obviously is a senior and has a full class load, and then plus he's creating websites, doing these things. So, you know, we're greatly appreciative. Yeah. Hopefully you sleep.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah. So anyway, that's great. Okay, are any of our, we do have also MSAC reps. So it's the minority student, I don't know all the acronym. And so I do apologize about that. But so this is a group that meets once a month, and we do have 2 reps right now from our school. Oh, I see Anjali on here. Do you want to say anything?
Hi, Jory. Hi, everyone else. Yeah, I volunteered to be the rep for MSAAC, and I am coming totally new into this, but I would like to learn and see how I can help out with this part.
Okay. So she'll be attending the meetings and then would report. And I believe the first meeting is next week, right?
So, Anjali, if you can get in touch with me, if you can give me like a small short write-up after your meeting, what happened at the meeting, I can put that in my newsletter. I've done it last year. I can't remember who was the rep last year, but she would send me, Sadak, right? Yeah. She would send me a small short thing, or you can send it to Jory and she will talk about it in the meeting. Either way is fine, whichever you prefer.
Okay, sure, I can do that.
Okay, and then we have Kashvi. Is she on the call? She is actually a student, so they're excited. MSAC is excited to have a rep from our school being a student also. So, anyway, so we have 2 reps. So thank you for doing that, for your time with that. Okay, our membership, which is exciting to talk about, is I know Lata is here. If you want to give your report.
I think I sent it to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
just let me check. Yeah, go ahead with that. So,
okay. So with their membership, so we do have a chair. We have actually a couple people that are interested or that are on the committee. And so we right now we have 216 individuals or businesses that are members, 113 students, and 47 staff. So we're at 376 total for membership, which is great. We've already hit our goal. We're past that for students, but more students can join. And we're the one thing is that last year we had 623 members, and so this year we obviously were not able to be there for open house or back to school night, so it has been a little bit harder for us. But if you can encourage, or if you aren't a member yet, please become a member. It's the main thing we say is that, if you're, approve and you like what we as the Academies of Loudoun PTSA are doing for the students and for the staff, then please support us in that way. It's $15 for individuals, $7 for students, and $7 for Academy staff, and it's tax deductible. And we do a portion of that money, $3.75 of every membership, does go back to the Virginia PTA to help support some programs that we will talk about in a little bit later. But it is important to us that we do have your support because we, like on PT board, which is our one-stop shop, we have over 1,000 accounts on there, and we have 680, I believe, accounts on Facebook. And so we know not everyone is a member. So we are, and people think when they become a member of the PTSA or the PTA that they're going to have to sell their soul away and they're going to have to volunteer for everything. We promise that is not the case. We just really want to know that you support in what we're doing. And obviously some of those funds would go back to, teacher grants and club grants and some like the fall student challenge that we're doing. Odyssey of the Mind. So please, support us in that way if you can. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, you as a member, you get to vote and you have a say and you have a voice in what is going on and how the PTSA is supporting the school. Also, we are at our next meeting, which is October 8th, our general session meeting. We are going to have a drawing. So one person from the individual business group, one person from the staff group, and one person from the student group will win a $50 gift card from Amazon that is being donated generously by Turbo Tutoring. So they're a group that they primarily are focusing on SAT, ACT tutoring. And so if you're interested, look them up. And we greatly appreciate their sponsorship in encouraging people to become members. And they also we're going to have a sponsorship spotlight in our next meeting. So they will be talking a little bit there too, is what they do with their business. So there are some perks to be, a member with the PTSA. So are there any questions in regards to membership? Okay, Lata, did I miss anything?
No, I think yes.
Okay. So
Joy, I believe we have Shanaz, who's our SAC rep here. She had a meeting yesterday, so maybe she can report to us as well.
Yes, she will. She's on the agenda. We're getting there. Yep. We so Odyssey of the Mind. So we just had our info night about that. About what 25 people, 23 people were on the call. So we are, if you're interested in this and your student is interested in potentially being on an Odyssey of the Mind team, please go to acl.ptboard.com and there's an interest form there. It's not committing your student to be on a team, but we're trying to gauge interest. And again, we had our rep on there who was talking about virtual versus in person. So anything that you can, again, if there's any interest in that, we will then send out an email after it closes on the 18th of September. And hopefully we'll be able to have a couple of teams at least from the academies. Reflections. So Luisa's not on the call, but Ferry, do you want to say anything about reflections?
No, you can go ahead if you want.
Okay. So Reflections is our arts-based contest program. This is it's a national program. It's through the National PTA. And so it's a great way for our students in particular to be able to showcase their talents in the arts. And they can submit, there's, again, this information, it was in our newsletter today. And also it was in our, it's on Facebook and it's on ptboard.com. And so students can submit a 3D drawing. They can submit a poem. They can submit a dance. They can submit a song. They can submit a painting. They can submit photography. And then it gets voted on. And all of this is generally due by the end of October. And there's criteria in each of these departments. And then our committee takes it, and then we bring in judges, and then it gets voted on, and then it gets taken to the local, the next level, which would be the district level. And then, because we're part of the Hunt district in this area, and then it would be taken to the state level, and then it could be taken to the national level. So last year we had a number of people place in the state level. So it was great that we had 12 or 13, I believe, or so.
We had 12. Yes, we had 12 submissions.
Yeah. Submissions. So we were thrilled because last year was the first year with us being a PTSA that we were able to support that program. So that's one of the great things with being a PTSA is that we can support the Reflections program. So if your student is interested in that, please look up that information so they can have probably the next 6 weeks or so to prepare something. And then we will be talking about collection of the items and such. But it is a great arts-based program. So, okay, now on to SEAC. So, as you say, it's Shanaz?
Yes, hi.
Hi, there you are. He's also a VP on the SEAC board. So we got it. So we got the
Yes, you got the connections. I've been on the SEAC board now for 3 years. I've been a member of SEAC for 4 years. Just to give you a little background as to what SEAC does. SEAC is state mandated. Every school division is required to have a SEAC. And what we do is we work with the school board. We work with administrators, parents, and teachers who are responsible for students receiving special education services. We advise the school board on the needs of special education kids and examine issues of relevance to the special education community. And one of our continued goals is to improve outreach and communication to build a stronger, more connected, and better informed special education community. We had our first meeting last week. We had our first meeting yesterday. Feels like it was last week. And basically we have our presentation portion at 6 p.m. and then we have our business meeting at 7 p.m. And it was a full packed meeting. We had a presentation on Karen Berlin presented on inclusive practices in the distant learning environment. And she gave a lot of resources and provided a lot of feedback on how we can support the kids with disabilities in this environment, in this learning environment. And she gave us our home resources and for the school in general and for specialized students. So we had that, and then we had our business meeting. We're working on different aspects of IEP amendments. I don't know if everyone's familiar with those, but this is an ongoing thing with the school board and LCPS admin. So we had a lot of items on our business agenda, and I won't go into every detail here. Our next meeting is October 7th at 6 p.m. We will have Hank Millward from the VDOE come and talk to us about supporting special education students in the COVID environment. And also all of our meetings are virtual and they are posted on the LCPS website, and we will be streaming live just like the school board meetings. Sorry, Jory, you're muted. I still can't.
Jory,
I thought I was the one who had feedback, so I muted. So yeah, so that's great. So you'll be at our meeting then on the 8th, and but we'll always have a report. If you can't make it for some reason, just submit a report, and then we'll be able to read it. So
Awesome. We'll do that. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Are there any questions for her in regards to SEAC? No? Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, and then Mahima, I don't believe she's on here. But nope, I don't think so. So Mahima, she is our volunteer coordinator, and she has been doing this now 3 years. So she's the one who you probably received, there was an email about signing up to be on some committees that we have. And she, so she does that. If I don't think there's going to be a plant sale, unfortunately, but if there was, she would send out information about volunteering to help with the plant sale, because we do that. We also, even though it's not a PTSA event, we do support the school in that way. And so, and if there are some things with staff appreciation, we do that, you'll see signups from her for sending for that information. So just be on the look for those. That's all, again, from acl.ptboard.com, our one-stop shop where all of that information is kept. Okay, I think we can move now to our elected officer reports. So we have definitely, I mean, with this being kind of the challenging year that it is, I mean, we have started off well. I mean, we've had, I'm sure some of you may have seen, we had a couple of actually meet and greet meetings, and Dr. Pretty was on those calls. The first one was well over 250 people because Google Meet maxes at 250. So we had some people couldn't make it, so we ended up having a second one. And on that call, there were another 100 people on there. So it was great to see that engagement on that call, on those calls, and to see parents wanting to be involved and knowing, because you start to see that peter off as you get to the high school. But it was good to see the parents engaged at our high school. So besides our membership, we're just keep pushing that, and we will, you'll see various things from us as we go along throughout the year. I believe our until we can be back in the school, we'll just keep doing our Google Meets like this. So, and we try to keep the meetings to an hour. So we, our executive board meets the first Tuesday of the month to go over various things we want to talk about at our meeting. And so we're constantly in kind of the planning mode to keep our schools engaged as best as possible. And we met numerous times over the summer trying to figure out what to do. So I know that a number of PTAs in our area are really trying to figure out how to keep the community engaged, since the kids aren't, but since we aren't able to see the kids and the kids aren't back in school. So we will get there, we promise. If you have anything that you need from us or you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Our emails, again, are at acl.ptboard.com. And I know Camille will talk in a minute about our private Facebook page. We do have that too, so you're welcome to reach out to us, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Are there any questions that anyone has for me? Okay, we will move on to Tarun.
I mean, I can give a demo of what the students will see, right? Should
Yeah,
I do that? All right, let me open everything up. And then give me like 1 second. So
Tarun, in terms of being with our VP of events, last year we ended up splitting up more of the duties, if you will, what each of us does. And so he would oversee like Pi Day. There are some chairs and so hopefully we'll be having Pi Day in March, and then also staff appreciation. So those chairs would report to him, and if they had any needs or questions, and then he would report back. Each of our board members reports back to at the meeting, the general membership meeting.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, is it working?
Yeah, we see it.
There we go. Awesome. All right. So this is the page. If you load the page, it opens it up, and it first says get paid for doing regular stuff, because we want the students to know exactly what's going on. So if they see get paid, they'll be interested in what's going on. So there's two boxes in the first screen, step 1 and step 2. Step 1 says to complete the simple activities, and step 2 says you can use the points to redeem the gift cards. The website is really simple because we want to give the notion that gift cards are in this challenge to get people in. So then if you click here, right, complete simple activities to earn points, do now. There will be actually be a list of activities here, but for now this is what we have. And if you go back, they can redeem Amazon gift cards. They click on redeem. They can fill out this Google form. So if it loads up, I can fill out my email, right? Student ID. So we will keep track of everyone's points through their student ID, because every student has a unique ID, so it's easier for us to keep track of everyone with their ID. Personal email. And here's the main thing: you can submit an activity. So after you complete an activity, you got to report the activity. So let's say we do that first. So they submit an activity. They can pick from the drop down of all the activities. So here is the list of what we have so far. Let's say we did 100 SAT questions. So that's 25 points. And here you would attach the proof. For example, if you have an image of 100 points completed, if you have an image saying 100 questions completed, you can throw it on here. So whatever, and then you can submit it. So this is how the activity submissions would work. You can go back. You can also request the current number of points, and if you do that, we will send you an email to your personal email about how many points you have, and then you can redeem points for gift cards. It's a submit activity, and then so it's really simple Google form. It wasn't meant to be something too complex, but here's what we have, and then the submission screen, if it loads up. My internet is slow, so be patient.
No, it looks great. There you go.
And here we go. So your response has been recorded, and they will get a copy of the response and so on. One thing I wanted to mention is that the domain will be changed, and we will change like the header and stuff, but this is basically the rough draft of how it will look. So,
Yeah.
that's basically
So, Heather, on the main page, you're going to put all the activities that can be used for redeeming points, right?
Yes,
because
exactly.
Unless
So,
you go into the Google form, I don't know what activities you have on there.
yeah, you're right. So if you click do now right here, right, this is the page where we will have all the activities listed
Okay,
on.
you'll have that.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Any other questions?
It looks great, Tarun. Great job.
Thank you.
Incredible, Tarun.
Yeah, you can start a
Really
business.
good, Tarun. Very nice.
Yeah, start a business. You can sell it. Okay, anything else for Tarun? He's got his work cut out for him. But... Okay, we can move next to Vivek.
Okay, finally. Thank you, everyone. I'm VP of fundraising. So a few of the activities that we are doing in this part. This is a different year. And things will be slightly different, but I would say we will pretty much match based on our plan what we were doing last year. We might be able to match everything. One of the things that we are currently planning is the yard signs, where students can parents can buy and put up a sign on their yard where it says that Academies of Loudoun students lives here. We are contacted a printing company, Holton Prints, and they have submitted a sample to us, and we are trying to figure out how do we get that print out, how do we ship it back to the parents who can buy it. Parents can buy it with paying something, and that will raise some funds for the PTSA. Of course, we have to pay the cost to the Holton printing and Holton printing, and of course whatever is left could be our fundraising. Another part is the Spirit Nights. Papa John's, we have been doing with them. We have one Spirit Night in fall, another in spring, where what we do is we ask the members to mention to order a pizza from Papa John's on a particular night. They will mention ACS. They will mention Academies of Loudoun, and a portion of that earning from Papa John's will be sent to our PTSA board for for us to use it. The big, really the big revenue generator has been the practice tests that we do for SAT and ACT, mostly SAT, but also ACT. Uh, this is in past. This is one activity which is going to change as in this year. In past, we have had uh, students paying PTSA, or the student parents paying PTSA, a fee, and we'll arrange a test for them, and they will come and give test. We'll send it back to the test, the tutoring center, and they will evaluate it and send back the scores to the students. Now this year, because the academies are not open, we are trying to find a vendor which can actually run this online. I think we have C2 as one of the vendors, which has complete setup to do this online. So that's what we are evaluating, as how they can set up a test on a certain day, and students can go and take the test on a certain day and certain time, and of course PTSA will charge the students, and that money is going to come to us. The testing center or the C2, they will not charge anything to us. They have not charged in the past. So hopefully that will work this year perfectly. We have limited number of vendors this year, because this has to be done online. So the vendor has to be capable of doing this. And of course, there's another one, is a used book sale that generates some revenues for us. Amazon Smiles is one of the things that, but the but we have to set it up as through IRS and everything. Right now, I don't know. Do we know, Jory, how we can do that?
We're not set up yet. I mean,
Yeah.
we're in the process. We're waiting to be recognized by the IRS. So,
IRS, yeah.
but as soon as we are, we will get that information out about being on Amazon Smile.
Yeah, and one of the things that I wanted to tell is there any other ideas that you guys have? This year is going to be very different. Our membership is down a little bit because we didn't had the open house. So that's where the most people see us. We connect with them and they become members. But still, any other ideas that any parents have submitted to us, and we can consider them.
Okay.
That's it from me, Jory.
Yep, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about the signs. So we'll be selling the signs where if you want to say my student attends the Academies of Loudoun, and then we'll be selling the senior signs come next spring. So saying that you have signs and banners we'll be doing. So we will get that information out as soon as we have it. Any questions for Vivek? Okay, Pramila.
So I just wanted to let everybody know that we have a website. It's acl.ptboard.com. That's where you would find how to become a member, what are the latest announcements, all of the stuff. So it's a one-stop shop. If I would encourage everybody to become a member by paying. It's $15, as Jory mentioned, for individuals or businesses, $7 for staff and students. So getting an account on PT Board is different than getting a membership on the PTSA. For the membership, you have to pay and become a member, and you get voting rights, and you get other stuff. Anyway, that was one of the things. We have 376 members, and I do monitor the Facebook group. We have 681 as of just now. I just approved one member on Facebook. I mean, you have questions for the principal, you have questions for the PTSA. There's a lot of discussion that goes on there. There's a lot of useful information that's put on there. So please you have to answer 3 questions. It's a closed group. So we only want to let in people who are legit, who belong to the academies. So please answer the questions. There are a lot of parents who don't, and I have to go figure out, okay, should I or should I not? So it will help me a lot if you can answer the questions that are on there. So that's 681 members on the Facebook group. And usually whatever the Academy's official Facebook page puts out, we repost that on our page. So you will actually get the information that's on the Academy's Facebook page as well. And then we have 90 followers on Instagram, which has been like great. We went from 35 some last year to just after the meetings, the meet and greet with Dr. Pretty, we've had a lot of people become members. So again, whichever is your social media of preference, you can get on there. The same information is posted across the 3 platforms. We also we just started a Twitter like a month ago, I think. We have 26 followers on Twitter, mostly teachers. And I have found some very useful information on there because teachers are, they're resourceful. They have things they're doing at the academies that are put out there. So I will definitely retweet whatever I find is useful for the parent and student community as well. So regarding the school, I got a question about, will there be clubs this year? And because Dr. Pretty is not here, just from the information I have as a teacher, I just want to let everybody know there will be clubs, but the clubs will be those that are that can happen virtually. So if there's a robotics club, RoboLoco, if the robotics tournament doesn't happen at the end of it, I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. Then the club may not run this year. It just depends on what is feasible and what is not. But I think some of the faculty sponsors of the clubs are planning like a virtual club fair where you will get more information on what clubs are available, how to join, who's sponsoring. All of that information will be forthcoming soon. Beyond that, if there are any questions, just generally about the school, I can't promise that I can answer everything. If I know as a teacher, I will try. If there's any information about the PTSA, of course, Jody and all of us are here. So if there are any questions, I can certainly answer it right now about school and happenings at the school.
And I mean, we can mention too that the entrepreneurship program out of from AET does have a spiritware store online. And we know information did go out about that. I believe it's only open though for a short time, I believe, from the email. Yeah. So if you do some spiritware, check it out online, and that supports the entrepreneurship program since they handle all that.
Yeah. You want an Academy's t-shirt, sweatshirt, whatever. There's a short window, I don't off the top of my head remember, but they're open for a short time and you can order and they will figure out a way to get it to you.
Awesome. Yeah, the newsletter was great today that you sent. Very informational. So that's a good way to keep everybody informed. Okay, any questions for Pramila? And we do, are there, normally at the store, are there other colors? I don't know. I just saw a question come up about that. You can check in with the entrepreneurship teacher.
Laura Boyd, yeah.
Laura Boyd Smith, and you might want to write her.
Yeah, she can give you more information on what is available at the store. I would assume that whatever they have at the store is available online until they run out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's great. And we also have a local marketing company has also offered to do our flyers this year for us. So create them and everything. So we're excited about that because we can only do so much. So we are excited to have the donation of their time. So Okay, Tappy, and our current treasury report.
All right, so let me present now our budget. Can you guys see me on my screen?
Yep.
All right. So here is what it looks like. The beginning balance as of 1st July 2020 was $11,346 with 51 cents. Till date, we have $15,427 with 28 cents, where most of the money, which is almost the difference of like $4,845, is from membership. And the expenses that we have is mainly the fees and the insurance and the PT board fee, and that's it. So total expense will be 724 till now.
Okay.
There you go. $724 with 23 cents.
Yes, and it doesn't reflect yet. We appreciate a number of you have been very generous with giving donations when you've become a member, and we greatly appreciate that because there's a space where if you want to give an additional amount of money, you can do that. And so that isn't reflected on here yet because it's a little more complicated for us to break it down because we use QuickBooks. And so that isn't reflected on here just yet, but our direct donation number is higher than that, and we do appreciate everyone who has given through membership, and we will have that updated for our next meeting.
Yes, we will.
So, Jody, do you want to talk about the $50 grants you're giving out? Because that will be one of the major expenses this year.
Yeah, so I mentioned a little bit earlier, but we are doing for the teachers. So any teacher that is a PTSA member at the academies will be allowed to apply for a $50 grant, not meaning we're not going to hand them $50. They can get up to $50. They'll need to submit receipts for school-related activities. And we are also going to do the same. So you see $3,500 here on the screen going towards that right now, because there are, I don't know, between 70 and 80 teachers. Do you know, Pramila, offhand? I think we accounted for 70 teachers with that at $50 a piece. So with the club funding we brought down a little bit this year. So we are offering $50 to the clubs. Again, they can do the same thing, up to $50. They can submit receipts, and we will get them a check for, it can be used towards, sometimes they have to buy membership, sometimes they have to buy some supplies for what they're doing. And so we're happy to help in that way. And then any money that we have left over in those two funds, we would potentially do another round of grants again come the spring. But we are hoping that most of this money will be used up. And then if we are successful with our fundraising efforts, with our signs or with our practice
SATs.
Yes, tests and practice and ACT tests, that we then hopefully will be able to move some more money maybe over into those areas to be able to support the club funding and the teacher grants in that area. So, and then you can see, again, the student community will have $4,800 to be used towards that area. And hopefully with Pi Day, we'll be able to pull that off this year. So we hope to be able to spend that. And then we also do have, I believe, if you just want to go down a little bit more, Tappy, 4,000 towards the teachers, towards staff appreciation. And again, we're hoping that we're in person, we can help feed the teachers by doing a couple of lunches throughout the year. If not, we did end up giving a $25 gift card to each of the staff members in May this past year. So if all else fails, they will get another $25 gift card probably. But yes, so that's where some of our bigger funds are coming in. So we're excited about being able to give back to the staff in this way. Okay, were there any questions on the treasury report? Okay, so then no actions required for that. So we will file that for our year-end audit. All right, thank you, Tappy.
Thanks.
And okay, and then Ferry.
Great. With that, I will end up doing the closing remarks. It's going to be simple. As we mentioned before, that our PT board is a one-place shop for all of the information. I usually post all the minutes right on the PT board under the photo and docs. If you click on that, there will be a folder which says minutes of 2020, 2021, and all the minutes are great posted there. We do have the YouTube channel for your leisure time if you like to watch these recordings. It'll definitely put you to sleep. And you have the transcript as well that goes with it. Besides that, I oversee 3 of our committees. One is Odyssey of the Mind, that we just had an information session on that one. And of course, we're looking for a chair and coach. So if you have that interest, definitely reach out to me. And the second one is a nomination committee, which will be starting sometimes in January next year. And the third thing is the PTA sponsored programs. One of the one that Jory already pointed out is the reflection. We do have a chair for that, and there are other programs as Power Plate, citizenship essay, as well as the senior scholarship. Last year was our first year doing that, and we had a great turnout from our students. We look forward to have these programs again. We do not have the information on the other programs except reflection, which Parmila is great in promoting the information and posting the flyers on all of our communication channels. So you definitely will be in loop. As soon as we have the information, you guys will be in loop and we provide that information to you. However, having said that, if you ever have any question related to any of these programs, please feel free to reach out to me. All of our email contacts is on the PT board, and we'll be happy to answer you. And if we don't have the answer, we'll definitely look for the answer for you guys. With that said, if you have any question for me, I'll be happy to answer that.
Barry sits on a few of other PTAs in the area, so quite well versed in all this. Okay, thank you. Very appreciate it. Any new business? Anything anybody wanted to bring up? Okay, then our next upcoming events, hopefully we'll have some more information as we go on, possibly with our spirit night at Papa John's and such. But for right now, Odyssey of the Mind registration closes on next Monday, the 18th at almost midnight. And then our next PTSA meeting will be, they are the second Thursdays of the month. So it'll be October 8th at 7 p.m. And with that, we are under an hour and we are adjourned. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate you coming out and spending some time with us this evening.